Welcome. The function of historians is to examine the facts in order to render the most accurate image of the past. History teaches objectivity, yet it also teaches utility. In the words of Anatole France, historians steal from one another. In the words of Livy, historians lie. Our purpose today is to offer a genealogy for two distinguished families that originated in Europe, the Friedmans and the Landaus. You may not agree with our findings, but you cannot dispute them. It took a team of diligent researchers 3 days to make them up. The brevity of our efforts ensures the objectivity of our lies.
The Friedman family traces its lineage back to Pupik Bar Nun, a shepherd from Galicia who refused induction into the Peasants' Crusade of 1380. To avoid military service, what was to become a family tradition, Pupik crossed the border into East Prussia, where he was dubbed Feigling by his German neighbors, chicken. He preferred to say, "Deine Hosen gefallen mir," I like your trousers. The Germans quickly realized what they were dealing with and sympathetically called him Man of Peace, Friedman. They even gave him a sheep and a coat of arms with what would become the tribal colors. The first Landaus did not appear until the 15th century, when Jake the coachman stole his employer's hansom carriage and nearly ran over a slow-witted shepherd who was admiring his coat of arms in the roadway between Lemberg and Jeshov. Jake's son Arminius was a simple trader of corn, tobacco, and crayons. A contemporary, Sigefus Elias Friedman, was commissioned by the Pope to sculpt a statue of David, but the result was disappointing. A short, bald Jewish man wearing a suit and holding a fig leaf. For 200 years, the Landaus produced some of the leading sages in Galicia. There was Reb Shmuel Landau, 1740 to 1790, who invented the helicopter. He got the machine up in the air, but crashed when he discovered there was no place to land. Reb Nudnik Landau, 1761 to 1793, won a fistful of kopecks, a sheep, and an unknown aromatic green plant at an intellectual fair in Drebeck. Three Landaus, Gekreuzelt, Schampf, and Moe, were contemporaries of the Rothschilds. Unlike the latter, however, the three Landaus borrowed money from Frederick William IV of Prussia and were chased back across the border into Austria. Meanwhile, the Friedmans were again making their presence felt in Jeshov. Mendele Mocher Genovim Friedman, 1815 to 1840, was a nearsighted horse thief who was hanged for attempting to steal the Tsar's goat. His brother, Kendall Mocher Genovim Friedman, 1813 to 1935, went to Chicago where he became a successful gangster. Another brother, Toulouse, was a talented artist who failed to gain admission to the Viennese Academy of Fine Arts. He was rejected along with a handsome young fellow from Linz named Schickelgruber. A fourth brother, Harry, patented a hair restorer that resulted in 3 generations of bald Friedmans. Perhaps the most troubled Landau was Reb Tripoli, who lived between 1824 and 1867. His was the only house that was situated at the intersection of the Polish partition between Austria, Russia, and Prussia. A third of the house was in Austria, a third was in Russia, and a third was in Prussia. There were toll collectors in the dining room, living room, and bedroom. Every time poor Reb Tripoli went back and forth between rooms, he had to pay customs duties. He died angry, childless, and an anarchist.
I'm angry, I'm childless, and I am an anarchist. Although I don't know what that is.
Reb Tripoli's brother Saul had equally bad luck. In 1866, Saul bet his entire fortune, a gold false tooth, 4 books, and a 400-year-old handsome carriage, that the war between Austria and Prussia would last at least 7 weeks. The war was over in 6 weeks. By the middle of the 19th century, all the European wars were over. The Penguins had conquered France, all the snakes were gone from Ireland, and everybody in Europe was living happily ever after. In Galicia, the Landaus and Friedmans lived long and prospered. At the turn of the century, a touch of grace was added to the family tree with the marriage of Sam Landau to Romanian Sarah Weinbach. At the same time, several branches were pruned from the family tree when Rebecca Landau married Albert Friedman. Somehow, however, it all worked out. The tribes have grown, known happiness and sadness, laughed and cried, loved and worried, and most of all, made this world a better place to be.
I'm even more. I think I met you so guys were out in 1963.
You know what I need is
I was
Battery. What happened? Battery. Okay, well here we go. Doing this sort of steady. No, yeah. It's because well, no, it should be fine now. Once again, starting this.
I was saying, at least I'm not
St. Louis.
What are we waiting for?
Hey.
Watch out for the glare off of Kenny's head. No, it's like, no. Hold on.
Guys, wait a minute. We have to have a food ticket to get into the meals.
Hey, my caretaker's
And
missing.
make sure your rooms are closed.
I don't have my
We
key
don't have to
either.
close lodge, but our rooms.
Oh, is she
Anything
up
will
there?
wander
Okay.
in, so they said for your own. Just close your door.
Yeah, we got a ticket somewhere. I need to ask how to do it.
Zach a bath before dinner?
We'll wait. No, wait, they're closed.
Did you just get into it? We're wondering why it's not. We didn't get lost in Israel. We didn't get kidnapped in Israel. We're not going to get Hi. I've already heard some pretty good airline stories, including our own. So.
Everybody say cheesehead.
Cheesehead.
Say cheesehead stuff.
Kate's a cop.
She said.
Well, you-
from Wisconsin.
Well, do we have to say cheesehead?
I don't know.
Oh, that's what that's all about. Cheesehead.
Does somebody have to get up
And poke
every hour to put it on?
Do you want to learn? I'll teach you. Let's see, cheesehead and let's see, I can do it in 2 languages.
Ja, hey there.
What is that?
Ja, hey there.
Oh, that's Green Bay talk.
Ja, hey there. Prime knee crepes. Ja, hey. Fry eye. Gee whiz. Wow, look at them shiny shoes.
Rosh Gvina. That's right, cheesehead in Hebrew, and of course, Käsekopf is cheesehead in German. Uh-oh, invasion. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I'm being attacked. I'm being attacked. We got...
Hey, let me see.
You have to be over, you have to be over, no.
Hey, let me see.
You want to see?
Yeah.
You wanna see?
I see hope.
You guys want to?
I'll ask her for a key. This is what it looks like.
Well, that's your hand.
I know.
Yes?
Hey. It's the. I can hold it. I can hold it.
I
Hi,
think-
Jake. Hi.
Say hi, Jake.
Say hi.
Do you know how to drive that thing?
No, it's going to be like really, really bumpy, and I've got this. I'm being terrorized by this small monster.
Wow. Wow. That was an action shot. The diagonal shot. It's very exciting. You know, Spielberg studied this way.
You better when I get back. I better have my stuff. Don't you dare.
After dinner cognac, is that what you're waiting for? You're waiting for someone to like...
No?
Jonathan,
Now there's some grace, I'll tell you.
2 weeks ago he learned how to walk.
Oh boy.
Life is over as they know it. You say hi to the camera? Ben, you say hi to the camera?
On the hold,
We'll tape each other.
I don't want to tape you. I want to tape the kids.
After we, like our little honeymoon was incredible. Yeah, that's what it felt like. If only I'd liked the person I was with, it would have been. Well, yeah, that's, yeah. You have to definitely like the person you're with. They've enlarged it. When were you there?
No, Mommy, this is not long-term silver.
No, they've enlarged it.
Mommy,
Now you can stay overnight there.
this not be long-term
They've got
silver.
rooms, yeah, that you can stay in.
This
There's
not
no
be
cabin.
long-term silver.
Whatever you like. No, but that's pretty
Long-term
cute.
silver's gonna be like sale, okay, Mommy? Yeah, but this is Captain Unknown.
Is Jacob making a pirate too?
No, he's doing a snake.
What's yours going to be?
Okay, now can you make...
What's yours, sweetie?
What's this one,
It's
Stefan?
just a design.
Just the design? And what's yours going to be? Oh, it's a big mug and dubbin.
Wow, down here in this
What
is
ethnicity would you like?
And this is a Shinto flag right here. Yeah, don't kid me. I know. You're from Korea. You're from the Republic of Korea. You're going to take still photos now? What's that?
What's that? Who, your dad?
Yeah. Out of everybody. Oh, so distinguished. It's our mitzvah. It's right in the middle there.
Oh, David, we can read
He was
this.
smoking at your mother's.
You know what's really good?
Yeah, he was eating cookies is what he was doing.
It's just trouble I can't understand.
The
History.
number of people,
$3.99.
with no more than about 3,000 people.
All of them Khazars.
Yeah, they were refugees. I'm sorry, Arthur.
Their mathematical calculations are based on a comparable group of all people, the French Canadians, who number 4 to 6 million today, something like that. I don't know what the numbers are. They're comparable to.
And they're all in Louisiana, inbred Cajuns.
They've all been married for the last
That's right, they're all inbred, they're all lowbrows.
Francine, you can get copies of the photographs.
They reinforcements for the bridal lay a tiny dowel, probably middle of a piece of tape.
I'm not gonna take a picture of your site. Got it.
It says punch a hole through. You just have to lay a tiny dowel across the
Yes,
middle.
it's here. We have two prints.
Slide the tape sticky side up.
Absolutely.
Short out.
You're gonna find something you didn't do right.
Short outside.
Here's another picture. Let's put this one in this sleeve. Here's another one. So sign up for whatever pictures you want, guys.
Is there any pictures you want to?
Yeah.
What's that? Don't? You're gonna run on the beach with a kite?
Me? No. My days of running have long since gone.
I first heard about it from I love it. Where did you go? It's right, yeah, and this was talking about, you know, the bedroom.
He's the single only picture ever where Kenny is taller than Oh, yes, my grand.
You guys one day.
They need an engineer here. They do. They're not gonna get these kites up in the air without an engineer to tell them. Look at this.
I love your pirate ship. Are you gonna fill in some more colors in the ship? It's great.
Tie it straight to a chair.
I want to ride in that. I want to ride in that.
Somebody has to stop.
Think Jacob will let you ride?
No, I keep forgetting to put the camera on. I'm gonna have to ask everybody.
Can I get a ride in that?
No.
Oh, all right. Well, that.
Wait, stop. One.
Remember that awful video that I shot last year when we were in California? It was just like all the video was in the car, and then there was the video of the wax museum. It was,
When we were...
Sorry.
wow.
I wonder what you get. Ah!
Actually, I play out of teams practice on the game days. They've got the foam underneath the floor, like a real court does. You know. Ben, come here, Becky.
Do you like Becky or either?
Blow? You blow? No. I'm just gonna pour this on you.
Beck, I'll show you where his luggage is.
Steven's sleeping.
Thank you.
Bye.
You get his hat off him.
All right. Hey, you.
Remind me of that guy in, what was it, Northern Exposure? Everywhere he went, we gotta have that camera.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good old ad. Oh my God.
You can do a study on your
It's much better. I mean, it's actually much warmer today. It's not as ferocious.
Yeah,
I'll get you.
This would be a babysitter.
That's right. Bubble to blow. Okay. You can do
more bubbles.
You got somebody with the better.
Where'd my parents?
What was the pilot's name? No idea.
No idea.
Hello.
They're tinted.
Good. Did you know bubbles look tentacle?
They have tentacles?
Tentacle. Load again. Yeah, look. We caught one of yours. Blow in it. No, keep blowing. Yay.
People in Riverside.
See?
Oh, that's what
You want to do it again? Yeah.
We'd have walked out on. They'd have walked out on that side of it.
I'll trade you.
Now it's recording.
Steve said to give the room to the little girl.
What? That's okay. Go look for another.
Saul's baby.
All right. Okay, Daddy. Here you go.
This was Steve's room.
Oh yeah.
It's probably gonna smell bad then, isn't it?
No, I'm sure they've got it clean by now.
Stupid.
All right.
I bet it
All
was
right. Thanks, Daddy.
Sure. There's
I
the.
have my own room.
Are you trying to cover the bubble thing?
Jake, say hi.
Oh, you want the bubbles?
Jonathan, say hi.
Then we have 2 other field operations centers. They have service in each one of theirs. We're all together.
Hi. Hi. Zach. Zach. Say hi. I want to be in your video. This is Zach. Say hi, Zach. Hi.
Instead of mine. What do you mean by that?
Here we have a string of people. Hi. I thought you were in the swamp. little Jake following me. Come on, Jake. Moving on to other people.
Becky, you don't get your own room. Zach's taking it.
No, I get it. Right, Dad?
Sorry. Jake has firsties. Is that going to be your room,
I get my
Jake?
own room, right?
You're gonna
See,
your
Jake
mom
is gonna
says
share
no,
your
so
room.
you're gonna have to argue with her.
Jake has adopted
Can't
her.
stay by yourself.
Yes, I can.
Did you adopt your cousin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. God, are they the most beautiful kids?
Okay, Jake, let's move on. They're not worthy of us. I'm getting my own room. Come on, Jake. Let's see, who else do... You want to go on the tree? We'll get you on the tree. We have other people. Jonathan, Ben, Neil, and his mother.
You do want some milk? Okay, let me get your cup, okay?
Trying to go to Microsoft or...
The kids. There's Stephanie, you can see her head. There's Zach and the other guy. That's him. Patrick or Steven or something. And there we have Ben and Scott. Baby Ben. He's going. And his brother Jake. Along with his mom and the other lady. Rouse.
Give it to me! Give it to me!
I went to Grand for years and it wasn't anything.
Yeah, but you were like...
chimpanzee could do it if they had the...
Please. You were like 1/10 of 1% of the speaking population. Right? It's special.
Hello. I get my own room.
You need to work that out with mom.
Right.
Right. I think you may just end up with your own dad. And
I'm
nobody on the
not
roll.
with Zach.
Guess for
Well, maybe it's share with Zach.
I'm not with Zach.
All it does prove is that I, the stamina to continue paying for tuition year after year.
No, it also demonstrates you're able to sublimate your
Do I turn the
personality.
red button?
and opinions.
Kiss major butt, exactly.
Those are talents not to be belittled in late 20th century America.
How do you make it stop?
Oh, that's a good the red button.
That's Cousin Neil trying to put something up in the air.
There you go, yeah.
Look at it go!
Who's got that one? That one that's like...
One just went into the deep. Get yourself a kite.
Doesn't surprise me. Alan's got yin and yang on his kite.
Going all the way up there?
How do you like it?
I'm gonna head over to the rocks, see if we can find any critters in the tide pool.
What, like jellyfish and scorpion?
Jaws.
How do you do you know how to work this?
Yeah, you gotta have motor on it.
Oh, come here, you gotta. I want motor.
Motor, not odor.
But it's motor. This is. See, it's like.
String on it so it'll go up.
Yeah, you have to have a string.
What do you think you're doing? Staking a claim out here or something?
Once you get out there, John, you just like leaping the air up your flying.
Hang glider.
Turn it around. Yeah, hand glide.
What'd you do
This
in
is
you?
the product of 20 years of education.
What'd you do?
I
Let's see.
can't make a kite.
Oh, look at that.
How do you know how to put the thing?
Who's in the water?
No, I mean, it's just there. Go, Jonathan!
Which one? That's. They're all getting up there now. Stewart's is getting up. You're getting up there. Oh, my glasses.
Cindy, make sure the box goes up. Right.
That's Stewart's.
Is that one going to get tangled? Hey, look. Hey, Jonathan, way to go.
You can't even see him.
His way is right up there.
Old fogies.
Happy face.
Look what I brought.
I have no idea.
Right?
I think Jonathan was having trouble yesterday, so I'd be surprised.
What was I having trouble with?
Finding people who knew how to play euchre.
Ben didn't want to play? Oh.
He said it was too confusing. I even gave him my puppy dog. And he totally with
And Raquel.
I figured somebody might. Diet someone else.
Look what your puddle did to me.
They've all come together here to celebrate family.
I don't like that.
I don't like you either. We got historians together.
That's not very nice.
Of the Friedman family, the history of the family,
No,
goes back
I'll just
600 years. Let me just warn you that the technical aspects of this thing is not the Stewart's performances or anything, but it was done at home, putting together a bunch of pictures. And for those of you that
are interested, the music that accompanies this is Django Reinhardt. Very good. If you don't like what's on the film.
For those who need help, there's wine available at the back of the room.
This is all of 13 minutes, and then I have some additional comments to make, and I also have a presentation to make to someone here also. So just, well, they come out of every book that we have, and we also have one fellow, Mike Graham, has worked on some videos with me at the university, and he put in all those little cheap things and all these other special effects things as well. I'm going to make copies of this stuff for you. I've already got 3 copies that are cloned. Those of you who want copies, just let me know. I can get them for you, so don't worry about it. Okay? I will get them to you. I will leave the copy with either Kenny or Rosie, but I want to. Okay. Well, I have 3 of them anyhow, but there are 2 more tapes here that we can put on after we finish what we've got to do also. But the other 2 tapes are of the 85 Star family history. There just may be some yippus in the Friedman Landau clan after all. No problem.
I guess that's the way you don't hear a baby.
In any case, there's a list floating around here. Somebody has a list, I think it's Francine, of rabbis in the Landau clan or something like that.
I have a copy at home.
Okay, and Phyllis made a couple of letters available which indicate that Sam Landau had some connection with the rabbis in the old country also, and it contains some fascinating comments as well. Those letters date back to 1897 or 1898. It's interesting. I didn't know until I talked to Phyllis that Sam Landau was in the United States and came to America in 1897. I thought it was a little later, and Rose thought it was a little later too. That means that we've got 100 years in this country. 1 year after Sam Landau came to America was very little. That was when he got the second letter in 1898 from people who were snoring from him as well. When he died at Thanksgiving in 1944, Grandpa left very little in a material legacy. I think, though, that he and Sarah Weinbach would be very proud of a different kind of legacy, the family they created. A family that's produced beautiful children and zany adults, physicians and nurses, lawyers and teachers, salesmen and nuclear engineers, chemists and artists. We're a tapestry of humanity that contains much good and some bad, but one that is best symbolized in a word, Menschlichkeit, humanity, decency. This reunion is an example of that commitment to family and to decency also. One person, and I think all of us share this feeling also, in particular made this event possible. She worked hard for the past year. She put this all together. She put together the booklet and that sort of thing too. She is a sister, a daughter, a wife, a mother, a grandmother, a friend. She has been I'm reading this practically in the dark too, and with the wonderful blue. She's been a tireless champion of the Jewish people, of all people. She is a healer, and she is a friend, and she is someone who has pretty much epitomized the concept of courage and strength in the last year, and she continues to do this. In the past, we did in '85 to show appreciation. We presented several individuals with plaques, including, if you watch the '85 video, you'll see that Uncle Abe was given one, and so was Raquel, so was Aunt Jean, and so was Rose. I was told that wouldn't work this year, so I wanted to do something that is more utilitarian. Something
Paying my rent?
Jason, who is not here, my other son is not here, pointed out several books that might serve its purpose. And I want to present from all of us something to Rosie. And this time I want Rosie to say something also. I'm not going to let her off the hook. The only one that spoke the last time was Uncle Abe. And when I looked at the tape, I have regretted that we didn't get other statements from Jean, from Raquel, and so forth. These are different kinds of books. Those of you who know me know that in my will, everything goes to my dog. All right? And also knows that there's nothing greater in the world. I believe, and I teach my classes, that on the seventh day, God created the dog. All right? And God created a particular kind of dog on the seventh day, and that is a West Highland White. All right? We've had 3, and the latest one, Winston, is just waiting for us to come back home. These are books that are inscribed for Rosalind Friedman Black, a small thank you for all the love and dedication you've shown to the family at the Landau Friedman reunion, Asilomar in 1997. And as I say, They're utilitarian because I'm certain that as a grandma, she's going to get to make all kinds of use with Macduff moves in and Macduff comes home. Here, I'm going to give them to you. These are pictures of Winston. Now come out and say something. Come and say something. Let's give her a round of applause.
Well, I am not a speech giver. I will say that this has been a difficult year, and I think that have you not had the family reunion to look forward to, it has given me wonderful focus. It's something that I really look forward to. It became so very important. And I am so happy that we came together and that everybody who's here is here. I miss the ones who aren't here. Hopefully they'll be here the next time. Family has never meant as much as it does now. I love these guys. Thank you.
Okay, one last thing, and it's a very important thing too. We're coming up on Shavuos, and for those of us who are Friedmans know that this week is the time of our mother's yard site. It's going to be in a couple of days also. I don't know how many of you went to temple on Saturday, but I even made it to temple, and that's why I'm dragging myself, all right? We have Shavuos in history as well, and I thought it would be nice if we took a moment to recall the loved ones who are not with us. I want us to have parts of this family for generations, and I just want to remind you of the names. Maybe we should stand up in a moment in honor or tribute, and I'm going to recite in Hebrew, my broken Hebrew, the Yomoli, and also, I'm not going to recite it, I'm just going to say it, and then also the 23rd Psalm, and then we'll do Kaddish. But stand up with me as we remember some of the names. Okay, the names that I want to remind you are the names of Samuel Landau, Sarah Weinbach Landau, Minnie Weinbach, Anna Weinbach, or Hannah Weinbach, Rebecca Friedman, Albert Friedman, Charles Landau, Ann Landau, Abe Landau, B. Landau, the Koskis, the Yermans, Sam Grunis, Norman Friedman, Earl Friedman, Jeannie Friedman Young, Raphaela Charon, and Stephen Felder Black. We remember them all. Let me just do my fractured form of the Yomoli. You can sit down now. No, we're supposed to stand during the Yomoli. Stand later, like this. Okay. Yomoli Rachamim Shokain B'Mermim Hamsei Menucha Echanav Tachet Kanfei Kashkina B'Ma'alot HaKodeshim Etorim Kazahor Harakia Mazkirim Et Nishmat Call HaMishpatim, and I'll read the rest of it in English because it's hard to read it, and I'll have to stand over here so I can actually see this better. God, full of compassion, thou who dwellest on high, grant perfect rest beneath the sheltering wings of thy presence, among the holy and pure, who shine as the brightness of the firmament, and of the soul of our family, all of our family, who has gone to their eternity. God of mercy, bring them under the cover of thy wings, and let their souls be bound up in the bond of eternal life. Be thou their possession, and may they repose in peace. Amen. Now, one more prayer before we do the Kaddish, and that's the passage. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He guideth me in the straight path of his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest the table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou hast anointed my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Now a Kaddish. Those of you that can recite it in Hebrew, come along with me. Yit Gadal, Yit Gadash, and Abraham, Biono, Didro, Kirute, Beyond Malfute, Zakayakon, Yametan, Kayan, all day Israel. Bagalov, Isman, Kari, Bien Romain, Yeheshme, Rabban, Horak, Legalam, Leomaim, Yitarak, Yishtadak, Yitorah, Yibraman, Yitnasei.
About the group picture.
What do you got in your mouth?
About the group
What is that?
picture that was taken this morning.
It's a tortilla chip. Charming. Tastes good? Do you like Taco Bell? You do? All right.
The best one to do would be the 8x10. That the 5x7 was a little too small. And what I would like later, I'll leave a paper out. If you want one of those pictures, I have to order them, and I have to know who needs them, so I can, when I get them, he'll send them directly to me, and then I'll mail. Otherwise, he would charge us $5 extra a piece to mail it. So I'll mail them, I'll get them all and then mail them to you. And I think it's something like $15 for each group picture. So if you want it, I'll get the paper out for you to sign for it.
Sure. It's the Shoe Monster Man. How's your Sunday, Shoe Monster Man? Uh-oh. You can make me a Sunday?
Sure.
Oh, Rick Rab.
There we go. Especially for you. What do you want? It's been my cooking show.
Let's see, I'm allergic to that. I'm allergic to that. I'm allergic to that. I'll just have it plain.
Plain?
No, it's
Whipped
just,
cream?
Yeah, there's strawberries. Those are strawberries, right? He's not allergic to those.
This is my cooking show.
First we put the ice cream in the jar, then we put the strawberries on. Would you like some whipped cream?
Why, sure. Thank you so very much.
What is your name?
Thank you. Excellent.
Jan can't cook.
Yeah, this is so. It's so embarrassing for me because it's like I'm filming that thing so badly, and
You got better? That was
I don't know.
Your video was wonderful.
Sure. She's very sneaky.
Why did they do that?
Why what?
Why did they eat you alive?
Well, because they don't like when you spill chocolate. And if you spill chocolate, they get really mad. And they, well, basically they just get so angry that they'll eat you. Traffic recently.
The truffle monster.
Is there such thing as a Cookie Monster?
Mm-mm.
What, you don't watch Sesame Street?
Are you recording? Is there an article?
Yeah, it's an R.
Now you're
Molly,
recording.
get out of the way. Molly, get out of the way. I'm gonna.
out of the way.
She's fine.
Okay. What I would like, JC, is for you guys to move around a little bit so I can see you, and get over together. There's Molly and Jonathan. Get over that way with the kids. But
This is the whole family.
what did you say?
I said, ooh, look at that. That's very cool. Molly. She looks absolutely thrilled.
Yes.
Oh, there's Uncle Howard. Look at there. There he is. Wave, you're on candid camera.
Dad, is this a reverse?
No.
You're on TV, Howard.
What?
Come here.
Do you video?
Yeah.
Is that what it's doing right now?
So it's the quality, that's what you're going to get. Oh, stop it.
I just want to get you on a little bit, okay? Do a Monty Python bit.
No.
Do your Monty Python voice for a second.
That was very
Loaded
good.
mic.
My tie, still perfect.
No, do the woman.
No.
Do
not
the
here.
woman.
No.
Do the woman. JC, you do the woman.
Very good. Not in a nice way.
Okay? All right.
All right.
Here comes Leslie.
Oh, baby.
Yes, we are.
Oh, how pretty you look.
We're all in the restaurant having a drink.
Is Jefferson there? We haven't seen our son in a long time. Is Jeff there?
Yeah.
All right, let's go through there and get out of the...
Okay.
Now we're going.
You're rolling. Any light or anything blinking?
The light's blinking, but it's fine.
Okay.
There's Aunt Lucy, Jeff, Leslie, Molly, Adam, good old Dad,
Get me!
Aunt Lucy. Here, I've gotten you.
Over at this table, sir.
That is Scott.
Are we really?
Mm-hmm. If you move just back a little bit.
I see you, Ruth. Oh, look how nice she looks.
And there's Aunt Rose, right there. Wave.
Something brilliant. Uh-oh, you filmed Uncle Howard.
It's an accident. There's Aunt Lucy again. Gotta get people by the door.
Yeah. Careful, I'm coming by.
They got backs to me though. Tell those guys down there to turn around so we can see them instead of their back. There, very good. Wave, Aunt Lucy. Oh, we just went out of the picture. Very nice, Molly. Just, it's you. It really is. And there's Uncle Abe. There he is.
Yeah, which is good here.
Is it recording? Yeah, it's going now. You guys can get in the picture.
Jonathan!
I can't get... There's Uncle Shelby. There he is.
What are you doing, Jonathan? That's furious.
Trying to get Uncle Kenny's side. Adam. Molly. Another beautiful picture. And there's Uncle Kenny. There he is.
Jonathan, film Uncle Abe.
I did them. Here they are. And now, Jason, if you move out of the way.
This is our room. Jonathan.
And there's Aunt Jean. Turn around, wave. Here, hello.
Something memorable.
You're welcome.
Your
Is
auntie. I said all I know.
Aunt Jean and Aunt Phyllis.
No, you guys sit over there. You want to right over
Oh,
together?
no. Why would it sit next to her so I can blow on?
You guys sit right over here. Okay.
You see how nice the weather got in the corner there? I will then. Yeah, well, they've been such a
Cornell, right? What's he doing here? He just decided to come in.
Dad, wave! On the TV, wave! Dad, wave!
Yeah, we've got enough of that. I really do think so.
You gotta move looking at the pictures, Jonathan. Over on the wall over there.
Being a show off, as usual. Very nice, very nice. 3D, whoops, that wasn't very good.
No, don't go doing something like that.
Well, I didn't do it.
Let's stand up, Abe. Let's stand up, and Jason, you come in here too. We'll pose a picture. Come on, turn around, and don't be a grump, okay? Wave and say hello to Aunt B, okay?
Say hello to Aunt... Hello.
Aunt B, okay.
There's Aunt Eunice, Lucy, and Aunt Phyllis.
Yeah, I just got a clip for myself.
Matt.
This first is Jason.
Jeff.
This is Nevin, you know Nevin. This is Nevin's wife, Diane.
Raquel.
And you met Raquel.
Uncle Shelley and Adam. Intellectual debate. Okay, of course. Aunt Raquel ducking under the camera. Cousin Nevin.
Nevin Young. Ithaca, New York currently, and soon to be who knows where. I brought a camera. Who knows who this is? Did you get pictures of Scott's kids?
Yeah, that's
I am
Zach.
not Scott.
No, you're Nevin. Scott just stepped out, and there's Seth.
Zach and Seth, right. No, you're facing the wrong direction. Look up there.
Right up here, to the camera. There you go.
See, and now you're facing the right way. Isn't that frustrating? That's good.
Yeah, it looks
Does
really...
this have voice on it too?
Yeah, microphone.
Ooh, we're committed.
We're really committed.
Hey, why don't you do a demonstration on your transformer for the camera? It'll be immemorialized, and everyone will know how to do it.
Now, which one is that? Is that a Decepticon?
Speak into the microphone. Oh, okay, so it's a dumb idea.
Remember I had that one?
Yeah.
That is a beautiful
Benji.
Daddy, look at sneak a picture.
And cousin Scott, right there.
Is that running?
It's fine. Everything's peachy.
Is it running?
Yes, it's running, and they just left.
Okay, shut it down.
Aunt Rosie, turn and face the camera, please. That's Aunt Wave. There you go. That's cousin Steve.
Yep, that's me.
Everybody else? There's Nancy. Very.
Yeah, Nancy.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hi, Lisa.
Okay, over here. You can make lots of money. Get these kids to get all the transformers and change them back and forth. Videotape it, and they can send it.
Like close-up time.
My nephew, we were at Toys R Us and one was open, and I was trying to change it and I couldn't do it.
Uncle Steve. And talking to Uncle Shelley. What?
Where'd Zachary go?
Oh, there he is. Say something.
Brilliant.
Very good.
Brilliant.
There's Lance.
Where?
They're right there.
Oh, that's Lance.
Oh. There's Rick. I'm gonna sneak up on him. Yeah? Hmm? Uh-oh.
Yeah. Nice camera on the pants. We got hooked up to a monitor too.
Have you ever noticed that it's not a reverse image?
And dun 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 dun. Aunt Liesel, hello.
I hate pictures of you.
Oh, you look so good. You could see yourself on the monitor too, which is on TV.
Oh, I hate that. Whenever I see myself, I laugh real stupid.
Oh. Hello. Stanley.
Diane, come here. Hold more.
He's going to go see the game.
What do you mean you're not going to see the game? This is my daughter, Diane. This is my Aunt Rose's daughter. This is Nevin's wife, Diane. And Steve, my daughter,
He's got the kids.
my baby, we were walking like a 3 days old. In Israel. Now they're 4.
And let's try to get
You can talk.
I thought it would be appropriate to take note of a few people that are not with us here tonight. We had made efforts to invite them. Moshe Herman, those of you who remember Moshe Herman, a good friend of 4 generations of the Friedman Landau family, is in Menorah Park. We visited him, Rose and I, a couple weeks ago, and just, I believe, Monday, it may have been over the weekend, I called Moshe Herman and invited him here, but those of you who know, he's not ambulatory. He's very depressed. If you have a moment, I would advise you to drop a card or even drop by to see him. He happens to be a very sweet man, and a man who's in pain. I also spoke with Annette, and I would advise, again, especially the younger generation, to make an effort to at least call her, say hello or something. She is receptive to the Friedmans. There is a lot of bitterness there for whatever reason. She was invited to this program along with Mark. They declined. There are others who aren't here. We wish that B. Landau would be here, and we wish her the best. We wish the best to Neil, whatever he is doing with Yugoslavian women or not. We wish the best to Stuart and his family, to Alan and his wife, to Francine and David, none of whom could be here, obviously. Chad and Kimberly are not with us here tonight. Paula and Lee, Todd, Samantha. There are others that we could mention who are blood kin, others who consider themselves blood kin by extension. Jim Saley is somebody who may, in the future, we should consider bringing to something of this kind. Grandma and Grandpa Evans, who are very dear to us. Most of you know that Mr. Evans is recuperating from a heart attack at University Hospital in Columbus. I'd like to take note of a number of people that have been with us today. Dorothy and Leslie, I expected Leslie to be here. Ruth Katz, who we consider now part of the Friedman Landau family, which may not be a blessing to you. All right? Just a word of warning to those of you who are thinking about something of that kind. Now, Razi asked me to put together something, a few remarks, which might summarize what this reunion is all about. In looking through boxes of old notes, letters from Norm and a number of others, Mother and so forth, boxes of old papers, I came across an essay written by one of you, which I'd like to read. It's not by me, but it's one of you. And it was written some 30 years ago. And it's titled, I Was Not an Only Child. And it reads, the problems of today's world are often difficult to agree upon. Some of these, such as political, economical, and moral problems, have basic roots in the minds of the majority of our people. One of these problems is the question of an only child. People disagree to the amounts parents must suffer for their children. Because of this, some are satisfied with just one. Happy am I to say that my parents wanted a large family. I was the 7th of a family of 10. My 5 brothers and 4 sisters are usually a joy to me. Nevertheless, there are times when the thought of homicide sometimes crosses my immature mind. Through this constant strife, my mother has always been umpire, referee, or whatever else was necessary to calm the situation. There have been occasions when I would say my mother was the equal of King Solomon for her wise suggestions and solutions. But even for her wisdom and ambitions, one woman alone cannot raise a family of 10. Because of this, my older brothers and sisters stepped into the gap of mother and father when my mother was working and my father was in jail for non-support. My sisters cooked meals, washed dishes, and did other domestic chores, while my brothers cleaned house and did odd jobs. When a difficult problem arose for me, they always seemed to have a solution. Eventually, one grows up, and as soon as one brother would get married, it became the task of the next in line to keep the young children at peace with the world and among themselves. This system has worked out to this day, and as far as I'm concerned, I have no regrets. I don't know what it would be like to be an only child. This I do know. For all the arguments and petty jealousies with my sisters and brothers, I wouldn't trade with the richest only child in the world. There is a certain contentment to have a little child look up and say, "Hello, Uncle Kenny," or point glowingly with pride to someone and say, "That's my brother." Valley Junior College. I won't tell you what grade you got on that, but I think it expresses what we all feel about one another. Despite our differences, we are a family which may be proud of its contributions to society. This morning at the cemetery, we were reminded of our roots. We come from penniless immigrant grandparents and parents, but we're rich in something else, a loving heritage. Our legacy is inscribed on Mother's stone, the words that Phyllis was asking about today. Tzedakah, a commitment to social justice. Rahmanis, compassion. Tachlis, a life of purpose. Nachas, joy in life, family, in the grounds, in Coca-Cola, in green cigarettes, if that gives you joy. Hadar, pride in being what we are, Jews, Americans, Friedmans, Landaus, blacks, Grunuses, Youngs, Rosses. We inherited something else from Sam and Sarah Landau, Sam Grunus, Charlie Landau, Rebecca and Norm Friedman, and yes, even Al Friedman. And that was a spirit of perseverance, of never giving up. All of you here tonight, to one degree or another, are of that same stripe. And for that reason, we thought it appropriate to try to establish a little tradition. You may not like it, you may think it hokey, but that's beside the point. If these reunions continue, to salute some of you. What we will do may surprise you, but in honoring Gevura, which is what the plaques we have tonight for some of you, which will be a surprise. Gevura, we're honoring what is the best among us, a spirit of perseverance, of stamina, of courage, of guts, of indomitable will. The tributes may not be recorded in the Plain Dealer or the New York Times, but they're heartfelt nonetheless. And I want to call on Kendall to start this off right now.
Jeannie, you're here. No accident.
Oh, yes,
You're not lost. Jeannie, you've been a gallant mother, a dedicated teacher, a fine artist, even though I've never understood Jackson Pollock. You were the one who conceived the idea of this reunion, and we've all been grateful for that. The past few years have been especially rough ones, but all of us want you to know we love and respect you. Okay.
Shelley? The word Gevura means, again, courage. It means perseverance. It means stamina. It means guts. In Hebrew.
This none of this could have happened.
Louder, Shelley.
I'm sorry. None of this could have happened without your labor. For 30 years since the Terra Plantation and Maria burned down, all of it's have been in your debt. In more ways than we can recount. Firstly, over and above, there's nothing like, I don't think any of you can relate to coming home, which was our second home, Howard Merkel's, and knowing in the basement there were 4 or 5 sofas. Those places all the time. At least 4 or 5. Maybe you're wrong, maybe more. But especially because you and Howard opened your house to a pack of itinerants, get their degrees for mention fact, and a PhD. Please, take this step to the fire. Thanks.
The Dean of the Klan, California's unofficial ambassador of goodwill, the last of the beloved uncles. Your loving kindness during Bee's illness has set a standard of devotion to which we all should aspire. Share this with your beautiful family and live another 50 years. Dasher.
Oh. This is a beautiful gathering. I don't believe it. All these people getting together from all over the country, it's unbelievable. Beautiful. Thank you.
Okay, there are not going to be any kisses on the next one, because I'm going to do the honors. Earl. Earl, there has always been a special bond among the brothers. Annette once took note of it when she stated, "You boys aren't just brothers, you're friends." A silver eagle. You've been honored as a teacher, but if anyone merits a commendation for guts and valor, it's you. More times than we can count, you've been laid low by health, but you always rebound. With intelligence, candor, and a toothless smile. We have a fifth award, if that sounds strange, it nonetheless is true, for someone who is not here tonight. As I indicated earlier, you all know that Nancy's dad, James Evans, had intended to attend this affair. A week ago Sunday, he was hospitalized with a heart ailment at University Hospital in Columbus. Fortunately, he rallied through ICU, CCU, and we expect him home this weekend. If there's someone who epitomizes all the virtues we've talked about tonight, it's the man that my children call Grandpa. This plaque is a tribute of affection from all of us to his indomitable spirit, and we're going to take it down to Columbus. One more. A special token for a special lady. The youngest of the original Landaus, a wife, mother, aunt, friend. Her 74 years have been a celebration of life. She is our Rose, Rose Grunis, and this little plaque says,
74?
I know 70. He had the age wrong other than that.
Make a correction.
So it's all right, bro. He cut a few years off.
No, but get it too. Thank you very much.
all right. In closing now, what I hope will be an annual affair, I want to salute the others who've been so important to us. Phyllis, the boss, the backbone of our home, who inspired all of us to make something of our lives.
Amen.
Harvey, who first demonstrated the connection between study, sometimes dedicated study, and success. To my other siblings, Kendall, Shelley, Rosie, to Liesl, Carol, Steve, Eunice, Lucy, Howard, Linda, Diane, the nieces and nephews, the grandchildren, God bless you, and maybe next year we'll meet again in Los Angeles. Tonight's proceedings.
Well done, Paul. Well done. Well done. You are good over there, Shall we?
Going.
I have a logistics problem. I'm trying to keep him off of me.
Jason, we're trying very hard so he won't get into trouble with that today.
Jonathan.
Don't attack me, Jason. I'm.
Hey, Friedman.
That's right.
Is this all going down for the,
This is going down, yeah. This is going down in history right here.
This ain't going down
No,
too
you
well.
can't do that.
She thinks
Yeah.
It's going down in history.
Can't, Molly, you know what you just did. No, you can't do that. You better get out of here quickly.
We decapitate brother.
He was a great guy. He was really. I really did. Did I send you the clip? Yep.
Earl and Liesel are asking about the possibility of those of you who think we've got good pictures that you think might interest others in the theater. Select out your good pictures and maybe send a copy or the negative. Will serve as a clearinghouse. It's right in this area. Send them to me, and we'll take care of them just like it with your film, and we'll make it available to those people who want it. Okay?
But you're going to be really unique. This is what was so late.
So that's the kind of thing we're talking about.
Oh, you didn't do that.
I warned you. Things can happen tonight.
There's the guy that deserves something.
Yes.
Of course, next year.
Oh my God.
Obviously next year.
There's the guy.
Thank you. Just give me an Academy Award.
Well, he
Director of photography.
and then he made you forces over the years, holding the family together.
Buddy's some guy.
Jason, honey, Jonathan. That you are gone through about going to Israel.
Mm-hmm.
You are going in.
Definitely. I think we've had enough of personal shots. So Jason drinking a Tom Collins.
It would be great.
Is that a mixed drink, Jason? What's in there? Whiskey? Oh, rum. It's rum and Coke. It's very good. Look up here and do something. Well, that's not very pleasant, is it now?
Well, I think annually. First of all, most of us are working people, and we're not going to give up our only vacation just for family gathering.
Hey, your Pee Wee Herman imitation is wearing thin. Oh, really? Huh? Yeah, I got to waste film.
Well, we enjoyed this
See,
one.
I've got it. Yeah, we rented it for the evening, so I got to use it as much as I can to get our money's worth here. Oh, money on the table, money on the table.
Take the penny. Take the penny.
Yeah.
Did you give your copper wire when you had it?
Oh, I know where I saw that.
Two Jews? Yeah.
See that? No. A teenage boy takes a teenage sister to the dance, and they do their practice We're together all of these.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so proud how young I was.
They were all all younger.
Yes, and I love Lance and Asilomar. Is that right?
Yeah.
I like Thomas.
I like Harv's expression in this picture.
Yeah.
That's on Westport.
Is that Westport?
Yeah, because
Let's try to identify.
that's Lori and Katie.
I don't know Westport.
I'm not making sure.
I don't believe it.
But the important thing is that so not only did they not in any case, anything from San Francisco doesn't seem to seem great. So I think I've been to Indianapolis.
I'll show you where Dad is. That's Uncle Normie. Uncle Normie.
That's Dad.
That's Dad. You want to get your arm out of the way before I kill you? Thank you.
Oh, I'm sure. So I called her. I'll let you know. July,
Took a heart attack. Yeah, well, Abe just fell. Just fell.
Only went in the bar.
Look where she is.
All right. No, she wasn't drinking in the bar, right? Mama, she wasn't drinking.
Never.
No. If she drinks in the bar, she dies.
He dies, right. Just to get me. Hello.
I was watching your boy. You sure did. I can't forget it. Oh, Molly.
You didn't do it like that.
Does he still call her Molly? That's the only way to say it. Molly.
Very nice, very nice.
You know what though? I left half my shirt. Did you get it close up?
Yep, I got a close up. Very nice. Okay.
Push the red button. They don't have any earrings? Ask Polly.
Why is it a mess now? I get it. Install that.
I'll tell you what you do. You come over tomorrow, I'll take her. So, I'm taking her to get her ears pierced tomorrow.
Like hell you are. Keep no profanity on this film.
I said the same thing to my daughter. God wanted her to hold her ears.
Yeah, and Nancy and I are going to take her out to have
The first thing I did when I got rid of the back,
we're taking her to have her ears pierced.
because you didn't want me to.
No.
Why attach your lips? It doesn't make any difference now, does it? Still on.
I know that.
I was a big 12, 13. Remember looking in the couches for money? Just happened the other day.
Yes.
She found
I messed with him.
in a couch. Release date.
Well, that's in Germany, that's the way it was too, when the women. Yeah, but
I introduced myself, and was
There's a bar right
and next couple times he came in, he totally ignored me. He never said one word to me. And I thought right away there was something wrong. This one. You know that? She worked for every state.
I know.
Yeah, I'm not in
He was.
Sheldon was never cute.
He was. He really was cute. I loved him when I first.
See this picture of them? I mean, did they see this picture?
Yeah.
He'll come back.
Yeah.
He'll come back.
Yeah. Mommy tries to keep. I was so much better looking than Harv, but all these pictures. I mean, I'm being honest. Be impartial. I'm much better looking than Harv, but all these pictures. Much younger looking, too.
He's talking.
Any impartial observer would say I'm much better looking than him, than that
Same way, but
Anybody is really impartial.
you know, she had so many things going wrong with her.
Yeah.
Girl doesn't drink,
Witty.
Say something, Whitney.
Yes. This may be your big moment.
My big moments are all the time.
Your big moments are all.
I sent you.
I got them at Raquel's house.
Okay.
Before you leave, they're there.
That's all that you found?
No, what happened?
Cheese.
We're going to get a picture taken right
Lockport, Pomnivek,
That's right.
Camembert, Eden, Wensleydale.
Except that you're a cheater. We won today's game.
No,
First annual
we did. We did.
Friedman's picnic game, we win.
No.
Old-timers win 6-4.
No, it was we won 6-4.
Absolutely correct. How did you play on the one team and make up the rules as you went along? I mean, you had no problem with it. Marcus a free. Oh, okay.
It's our gloves.
Marcus a free.
That's right. It's our baseball game.
That explains it. Of course. That explains it. No, I didn't understand. I heard somebody kick dirt on you.
But I kept like he threw him out of the game. They wouldn't have enough players to continue.
But he was caught. I mean, some of the calls, you had to see some of the calls. Especially some of the things he was calling balls. I mean, some of the things he was calling.
Get this, Jonathan.
Yes, I'm filming this.
Listen here, Earl.
I have never known him to be neutral about
But he is in
anything.
detail behind the briefcase.
I always describe him as my
Get out of the briefcase. Move. Slam. The tray.
We won't talk about that.
And looking out. There she is. Kicking her eyes out of the briefcase. There she is.
Let me go around this
Watch Australian rules football.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
That's a game.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, I love it. It makes rugby look like, you know, a walk down a primrose path.
It's like Belgian basketball. Did you see that? Full of himself. There he is. Very nice. Sing a song for us, Jason. Don't run behind the podium. Behind the lectern. I'm going to find you. There you are.
It's funny how they don't want to quit.
Here, let's talk.
No, I can pass. I will pass. Hey.
I don't give a care.
Many acted as sort of a nursing for their kids, their children, you know. But the thing is, you described coming over on the boat and steerage, smells, and how sick everybody was, you know.
It should have been taken.
Oh, really? Really? It was fascinating. And but she never got sick, and she walked the boat decks all the time. It took about 2 weeks on the North Atlantic, and she enjoyed every day.
From a German port.
Yes.
They all
All
did.
the Eastern Europeans, yes. Anyway, for her it was a great adventure. She went to New York, and she was put to work on distant